For me, and I suspect many other Jeep owners out there, part of what makes the Jeep lifestyle so amazing is taking the doors off and your tops off and going for a beautiful open air and sunbathing drive. Welcome to GX2 Off-Road. Today, I'm going to show you how I store my doors and my hardtop for when I want to take one of those beautiful open air drives on a beautiful sunny day. So let's go take a look where I'm going to store my doors and top to give you an idea of what I'm going to be using. So here in my garage, as you can see, I have these brackets on the wall, and these brackets will be holding my doors. They use the same door pins and hinges as if the doors were on the Jeep. I've got two of them for front and rear. They bolt right into the studs, and they work absolutely fantastic. As far as where the hardtop's gonna go, I've built a rack that hangs from the ceiling, and I have a hoist that I use to pull the top up off the Jeep and let it sit on the rack. All right, let's take a quick look at the Jeep before we get the top and the doors off. You can kind of get an idea of what it looks like now and what it'll look like later. And as you can see, I went on a run last night and it's covered in mud, the way it should be. Now I'm going to give you a close-up of how the doors actually will hang on the brackets that are on the wall. The other three doors will be the same thing. So let's go ahead and get those all off for you right now. So now that we have all the doors off, let's go see how they look in the garage. So here are all four doors hanging on the wall on their brackets, along with our wonderful assistant, Hannah. So let's take a look and see close up what they're like. For those of you who are fellow JL owners, I highly recommend you pull your door into the first stop position so these hinges are in further. That will allow you to put them more easily on the brackets on the wall, not have them scrape as I've had happen here. Now that we have all four doors off, it's time to take the hardtop off, and that's where this rack is going to shine. Let me show you how I get it down and prepare it to pull the Jeep in to get the hardtop off. The first thing that I'm going to do is unhook the three chains from the eyelets on this side of the rack and swing it down and lean it over by the doors. The rack is now prepared for the Jeep to be pulled in and the hoist to pull the top off. There are a few things I have to keep in mind when pulling the Jeep in. I have to back it in far enough that I can line up where the Jeep should come in. Then I have to lift up the glass on the back of it, which has to stay open the entire time the top is up on the rack. Okay, let's go ahead and take the freedom panels off, and then I will show you how I hook the strapping system up to the hardtop to pull it up off the Jeep. With the hoist already prepped for attachment, I now attach the rear strap to the one that goes around the front of the hardtop. The rear strap goes through the piston here. The front strap I already brought forward. Simply click them into place here. It's ready to go on this side. And I repeat that on the other side. I'm now ready to lift the hardtop up off the Jeep with the hoist. I will admit, these bikes that we have hanging on the wall make it a little bit awkward to do, so you'll have to bear with that, but let's get the hardtop up and off. So yes, that was a lot more awkward and a lot more difficult than it usually is for some strange reason, but now it's time to pull the Jeep out and get the shelf up underneath the hardtop. I don't want my hardtop to be hanging from the ceiling, which is why I installed the rack. So what I will do is, once the rack is up and underneath the hardtop, I loosen some of the tension off the straps so the rack can support all the weight of the hardtop, and the straps are in place ready to lift it up when I'm ready to put the hardtop back on the Jeep. Now that I have the rack in place, I'm able to lower the hardtop onto the rack so the rack will hold all the weight of the hardtop and not the straps and the hoist system on the roof. I'm going to have to pull the rack back a little bit so the hardtop can rest on it in the proper location, which is simply due to the placement of where I hung the rack from in relation to the hoist. As you can see, the hardtop is now fully resting on the rack, and the straps are there, simply ready to go for when you're ready to put your hardtop back on. Let's pull the Jeep in and see how the whole system looks fully complete. So as you can see, the hardtop can be suspended over the hood of the Jeep, the doors can hang safely on the wall, and now you can leave your Jeep open air for days and weeks to come. Thanks for watching GX2 Off-Road today. If you have any comments or feedback for me, please leave that in the comment section below. Please like the video and subscribe so you can see new content when it comes up. Be sure you turn on that notification bell so you're notified about it. Thanks again for coming by, and I hope you have a great day. Let's be honest. I'm sure you enjoyed this video, but really what you're dying to know is who my wonderful assistant is. Let me introduce you to her. This is Hannah. Hannah is our Old English Mastiff. She is quite the assistant, and she's also super loving.